For most people, bodybuilding is just about muscles and mass. But think again. Have you ever seen someone born without legs outlift pro gym veterans? Or a woman with no limbs pressing weights heavier than most guys at your local gym? Or what about a wheelchair-bound beast carrying more muscle than half of Instagram's fitness models? Well, today's video is going to be awesome because today we look at the 15 real-life hulks who shocked the entire planet. Let's start off with number 15, the wheelchair bodybuilder. At 16, Nick Scott was just another teenager with dreams, energy, and a passion for sports. Then a car crash left him paralyzed, and since then, everything changed. But for Nick, that wasn't the end. It was the start of something greater. Through years of physical struggle and mental setbacks, Nick found his drive inside the gym. In 2011, he made history by winning the overall title at the NPC Wheelchair Nationals in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. That victory earned him his IFBB Pro card, a first in wheelchair bodybuilding. He didn't stop there. He later secured a WBFF Pro card too, making him the only wheelchair athlete to ever hold both. Nick has competed in 250 shows worldwide. Offstage, he's a two-time world powerlifting champion, professional wheelchair ballroom dancer, and one of the most in-demand motivational speakers globally, with over 2,000 speeches across 48 states and 8 countries. He is still rocking. Number 14, Dr. Yuan Harong. Being a full-time doctor is not a joke. Now add to that being a mom, a competitive bodybuilder, and a cosplay icon, well, that's Dr. Yuan Harong. The 38-year-old dynamo from Qingdao, China, doesn't just juggle multiple lives, she excels in every one of them. Her physique is a blend of power and artistry, carved through years of discipline without compromising her medical profession or her role as a parent. What sets her apart from other macho ladies is the way she fuses her love for fitness with her passion for gaming culture. Dr. Yuan's cosplays of characters like Chun-Li and Juri from Street Fighter aren't just impressive, they're exact. Muscular, striking, and accurate to every detail. Fans worldwide call her the IRL Battle Queen. Whether she's training patients, raising her child, or stepping into another character, Dr. Yuan proves that strength comes in many forms, and she's mastered all of them without missing a beat. Number 13, Zach Rule. Zach didn't grow up chasing sympathy. He built a legacy by proving every limitation wrong. As C, he was born without legs due to sacral agenesis, but like most, Zach never let his condition dictate his outcome. Instead, he forged it into raw strength. With a bench press exceeding 400 pounds, equivalent to lifting a grand piano, he shattered expectations and secured titles like the NPC Wheelchair Nationals. Zach's belief that muscles aren't about legs, they're about will. His journey took off the moment he stopped treating his disability as an obstacle and started using it as fuel. He trained relentlessly, sculpting an upper body that even elite athletes respect. Later, he founded Warrior Gym in Houston, where he now trains people of all abilities. From coaching celebrities to viral videos of his arm deadlifting feats, Zach's message stays the same. No legs, no limits. Number 12, Muscle Dad. If you've seen the Viking sagas on Netflix, then you already know the type. Towering warriors with godlike strength. While of course they were not like that, now meet Enrico Magnyani, a real-life embodiment of that same energy. With a beard like a Norse chieftain and a physique straight out of a myth, this 46-year-old Italian force isn't just bulking up, he's defying age and expectations. Nicknamed Muscle Dad, Enrico mirrors Kratos from God of War, not just in appearance but in intensity. Titles like Mr. Universe and Mr. World don't happen by luck. He stormed those stages like a one-man army. And yes, he's a father of 3. Enrico's Instagram is a mix of fierce Viking-styled shoots and high-level coaching posts. He trains clients around the world while rewriting what midlife masculinity can look like. His message is very clear. Strength isn't bound by age, it's fueled by fire. So no matter if you are 50 or 90, keep loving life. Number 11. Arthur Peacock. While most people ease into retirement, Arthur Peacock spent his golden years collecting bodybuilding titles and earning respect across generations. The legendary British lifter began competing back in the 1960s and didn't stop until he was 80. His story is one of unbreakable commitment and lifelong discipline. Arthur's first win came in 1965. His final title? The 2015 NPC Masters National Championship in the over 70 category. Between those milestones, he competed in over 100 events and secured 57 titles, including 3 Masters Mr. America wins and 5 Mr. California trophies. During his prime, Arthur trained alongside greats like Arnold Schwarzenegger in the famous Venice gyms of California. And even in his later years, he finished runner-up at a national championship, just behind legend Ken Waller. Arthur didn't just stay active, he stayed elite. His career is a reminder that with passion, age is nothing but a number. Number 10. Veno Millerin. Veno was a Finnish giant who became one of the tallest men in the world during the early 20th century. At his peak, he stood 8 feet 3 inches. He experienced 2 major growth spurts, one in adolescence and another in his late 20s. Despite his exceptional height, he served in the Finnish military during World War II and was highly respected within the ranks. His immense strength and size often left a lasting impression. Known throughout Finland for his physical feats, Veno was admired not just for his height, but also for his capabilities. Before gaining national fame, he worked as a shoemaker, a trade he occasionally returned to. His massive hands measured close to 15 inches from wrist to fingertip, making them the largest documented on record. Throughout his life, he participated in public exhibitions where his extraordinary size drew curiosity and admiration from the public. He remains a notable figure in Finnish history. Number 9. Adelfo Jr. Well, now this is just touchy. One single moment changed everything for Adelfo Jr. On November 10, 2005, a car accident left him paralyzed from the waist down. Diagnosed as a T12 paraplegic, this U.S. Army veteran from Bellflower, New Jersey, could have backed away from the world. Instead, he took control of his story. Adelfo didn't just step into bodybuilding, he crushed it. What started as personal recovery quickly evolved into a pursuit of excellence. In 2008, he claimed the ABA United States Natural title. By 2012, he was dominating the NPC USA Wheelchair Championship, and the following year, he secured another win at the NPC Wheelchair Nationals. Then came his ultimate triumph, winning at the prestigious 2017 Arnold Classic. For many, it's a dream. For Adelfo, it's a page in his life story. Through every rep and every lift, he's shown the world that obstacles don't define you. Your response does. Number 8. Lindsay Hilton. When most people hear CrossFit, they picture burpees, deadlifts, sweat, and struggle. Now picture all of that, without arms or legs. Well, that's not some kind of mythical beast. That's Lindsay Hilton. Born in Canada with tetra amelia syndrome, Lindsay didn't just adapt, she obliterated every barrier in her way. She didn't join CrossFit for attention or TikTok selfies. She joined to compete. With no limbs, she learned how to do box jumps, burpees, and Olympic lifts using her own custom methods. Trained by adaptive coaches, she took on the infamous Murph Challenge, a brutal test of endurance originally designed for Navy SEALs. But Lindsay's success doesn't stop inside the gym. She's now a coach, a motivational speaker, and a face of resilience. She proves every day that disability isn't inability. It's just another starting point. We mean, she is a living and breathing example of what happens when you really trust yourself. Number 7. Chris Rudin. Chris Rudin was born with only one hand and a shortened leg, and later diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. His challenges weren't limited to the physical. He faced judgment, exclusion, and self-doubt. But instead of letting those define him, he built an extraordinary life atop them. Once labeled broken, Chris now holds powerlifting records, tours the world as a keynote speaker, and even appeared on the Titan Games hosted by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He's also a model, an author, and a relentless advocate for disability inclusion. His path wasn't smooth. Mental health battles nearly derailed him, but he used every setback as fuel. With a high-tech prosthetic arm and state-of-the-art glucose monitoring, Chris didn't just adapt, he excelled. Today, he shows others how to build their own life without limits. His story doesn't beg for sympathy. It demands respect. Chris didn't just challenge assumptions, he crushed them. Number 6. Jared Bullock. Growing up working the land on his grandfather's farm, Jared Bullock built strength early, but it wasn't until tragedy struck that he truly learned resilience. While deployed in Afghanistan in 2013, Jared's military vehicle struck an IED. The explosion took one arm and one leg, plunging him into a physical and emotional free-fall. Depression followed, but giving up wasn't part of Jared's DNA. Surrounded by the loyalty of family and close friends, he pulled himself back, one painful rep at a time. Fitness became his therapy and mission. With brutal training, he forged a new body and an even tougher mindset. Now a sponsored athlete and competitive bodybuilder, Jared squats, deadlifts, and trains with intensity that most able-bodied lifters envy. His story isn't about pity, it's about persistence. He didn't just rebuild his life, he upgraded it. Jared is living proof that drive beats circumstance every time. All right, guys, now let's head over to number 5, Pratik Mohite. Well, now this is what we call self-discipline and hard work. Think superheroes have to be towering giants? Pratik Mohite never needed the height. At just 3 feet 4 inches, this Indian bodybuilder carries more power than most twice his size. Born with dwarfism in Raigad, Maharashtra, Pratik faced judgment and isolation early on. But everything changed in 2012 when he found bodybuilding and purpose. In 2016, he entered his first competition. Since then, he's crushed over 50 events and earned prestigious awards like the Raigad Bhushan Award in 2019. He even holds a Guinness World Record as the shortest competitive bodybuilder on Earth. His Instagram has over 200,000 followers, one of whom is Snoop Dogg. Between managing 2 gyms and working as a personal trainer, brands are eager to collaborate with him. But Pratik stays focused on showing the world. Dreams don't come in sizes, so never ever let yourself down just because you're small or tall. Everyone is unique. Number 4. Motasham Kozemi. At 69, Motasham isn't just lifting weights, he's crushing age stereotypes with every rep. Hailing from Iran, this muscular phenom treats aging like a warm-up set. While most were baking sourdough during the 2020 lockdown, Motasham was bench pressing over 100 kilograms in his private gym, unfazed by chaos. On Instagram, under the handle Masterclass Bodybuilding, he showcases workouts that blend power and control. Deep pike box squats, walking dumbbell lunges, precision Arnold presses. Every move looks surgical, not showy. His fan base calls him the Persian Titan, and he lives up to the title. While others slow down in their 60s, Motasham's consistency and focus have only sharpened. His message isn't loud, it's carved into every muscle. He trains without shortcuts, poses without ego, and lives like time doesn't matter. Motasham proves that staying built isn't a phase. It's a mindset you never retire from. Number 3. Ernestine Shepard. Well, now this old lady is my favorite. At 89 years old, Ernestine Shepard is still training like a champion, because that's exactly what she is. Recognized by the Guinness World Records as the oldest competitive female bodybuilder in both 2010 and 2011, Ernestine didn't just break records, she redefined aging. Her fitness journey began at age 56, alongside her sister Mildred Blackwell. The two started with aerobics classes, then gradually embraced bodybuilding. Mildred, who competed under the name Velvet, inspired Ernestine to chase her own competitive goals. After Mildred passed away from a brain aneurysm in the early 1990s, Ernestine dedicated her journey to her sister's memory. She took the stage under the name Ernie, honoring both their bond and shared ambition. Though she no longer competes, Ernestine remains a daily force in the gym, living, lifting, and proving that age should never limit greatness. Strength for her didn't come early. It came when she needed it most. Number 2. Jim Arrington. At a time when most people settle into their senior years or maybe prepare for the end, Jim is out setting world records. Born 12 months premature, weighing just 5.5 pounds, Jim's story began with a fight, and he never stopped swinging. Now in his 90s, Jim holds the title of the world's oldest competitive bodybuilder, a distinction first awarded by Guinness World Records in 2015 when he was 83, and he hasn't stepped away since. He fell in love with bodybuilding back in 1947, at just 15 years old. Over the decades, he competed in numerous events, including more than 20 times at the iconic Muscle Beach in California. Jim's first competition earned him a second-place trophy. More recently, he placed third in the men's over 70 division and first in the over 80 category at an IFBB Pro League event in Reno, Nevada. A great-grandfather and retired sales professional, Jim is living proof that strength has no deadline. Now let's end this with Number 1. Brendan Adams. Brendan is recognized as one of the tallest teenagers in modern history, reaching a height of 7 feet 5 inches or 2.26 meters by age 14. His remarkable growth was triggered by a mutation on the 12th chromosome, which caused abnormal development of bones, teeth, and internal organs. Born on September 20, 1995 in Ellensburg, Washington, Brendan's parents, Willie Adams and Debbie Ezel, noticed something unusual when he was just 2 months old. By 13, he had already reached 7 feet 3 inches. His growth trajectory was often compared to Robert Wadlow, the tallest man ever recorded. But his rapid height increase brought serious medical concerns. Brendan underwent a major operation to remove his spleen, an especially risky procedure due to his size. Doctors believed that without intervention, Brendan could have grown beyond 8 feet. He also wore a size 52, or in the US it would be 18, shoe. His case has been closely studied and remains one of the rarest examples of unchecked adolescent growth. If you have enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.